Everyone, Krystene here. This is the for personal year December 2025 video and what you can expect, your invitations and your shadows for the month ahead. I'm going to help you lean into the radiant frequency of this 4-7 coupling as you wrap your for personal year journey and prepare for your 5, which is dynamic, and it is nothing short of change in a bottle that you almost drink every day. And I'm not kidding. Which is great because life would be boring and dull if everything remained the same. So, and it's positive change, it's good change, I promise that. So, on that front, you guys, I'm teaching a class over at 1-2 Academy on the 16th of December. It's 75 minutes. It's covering the personal year cycles, what you can expect, all 9 of them, and how to prepare for them, and very specific targets, aims, and goals in specific months. If you need to book travel plans, if you guys are planning on getting married or having a baby or moving or starting a new job or launching a new project, there's just really great hard date launch points, you guys, that you can rely on. That's why I do this every single day with numerology with my clients, and why I'm doing this here. All right, because it's an oracle that works. So let's get back to you. The link to register for the class is right here in this video. And I think I'm gonna throw up a video that covers the details and the highlights of what the class is going to offer you. If you can't make it live, it will be recorded and sent out to the roster list. So just sign up for the class and you will get a link to the audio file in your email. Okay, so you guys have this 4-7 coupling, and the 7 is the number of magic and mysticism, this deep intuitive awareness that is connected to the heart. And the heart has its own language that when you couple it with your head, it can create some pretty marvelous change and movement in your life. What we basically are looking at for you guys, because you're wrapping up the year of structures and foundations and building solid platforms, stability points that support your life in business and in personal relationship. This is an opportunity in December, which is our holy month for our global society. It's no wonder that the energy is 3. It's not surprising. The joy of living and interconnectedness. By the way, you guys, just go watch the video about the overview for December. You'll get the whole thing. Because you've got the 7 frequency here, this is a time for you to fall into you as a spiritual being having a human experience, and to deepen that bond, deepen that connection with what it is that you're doing with this 4 energy. Stability, structures, solid foundations, not skipping steps. What I've been talking to you about all year long, you're like, oh my God, when is it gonna end? It's gonna end in 30 days. So hang in there, guys. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. No, we can't talk about that. But what I can talk to you about is taking the 7 into the relationships in your life and deepening the bond with people that is talking in a way that includes this idea of you as a spiritual being having a human experience. When we have the frequency of 7 in our numerological chart, or it's moving in our life, there is a need to contemplate your navel. There is a need to go in and to experience your internal world and to allow it to be a part of the conversation with your mental field. Allow it to intermingle, allow it to influence how you're thinking about things and what your perception is of life in general in a way that is inclusive and loving and expansive. And then to be able to talk about that, share that, be vulnerable enough to allow it to be a part of your dialogue and your conversation with the people that you're in a relationship with, you know, and that this isn't exclusive to, it's not exclusive to personal relationship. Many people that I know are lawyers, and the mental field is highly active with the 7. The bogey and the target, though, of this number itself is and the challenge, its challenge is to slow yourself down enough that you can listen to your heart center, which is loving and kind and inclusive and deeply empathically connected to all your fellow human beings. Yes. And inside of that, there is deep wisdom. And when you start to add that to your business conversations, you allow the information to influence how your mental field is thinking. I promise you, it's not only going to strengthen the bonds, but it will produce levels of trust that will then further the ability to, you know, take your business wherever it can go in a more expansive way. It is no wonder that right after, it's not a surprise again, right after 7 is the number 8. And that is the number of abundance, success, and prosperity out in the marketplace. And so you need that 7 to be cooking and piping into the 8, right? Okay, just a little side note there. So I'm just gonna really quickly look through some notes here because I don't wanna squirrel. All right, yeah, I think the balance of logic and empathy to create safe spaces for growth and expression is really, really important. And that's kind of why I'm saying Johnny one-noting on that, right? Practical foundations that you've been focused on, that you're thinking about your long-term future, and you're integrating your curiosity of your connection to, you call it source energy, you can call it the God source, you can call it the all that is, the mystical, magical wonder all around you, and tapping into that however you do that in order to expand yourself so that you have paradigm shifts and you just kind of break through these walls and these barriers that produce an opening so that you can see, there's the answer to that. There's the answer to that. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Mysticism, deeply connected to the 7. Magic, and so synchronistic events also happen with the 7. And this is where I'm going to shift into talking about the shadows for you guys to avoid these at all costs. Life is life, and sometimes we tip and we start to dip our toe into places that we know we shouldn't go. If you find yourself doing that, just remind yourself, come back and listen to this video. Remind yourself that you get to choose to lean into mysticism, magic, synchronistic events, your heart center, however you're going to get in here. You get to, there's support for that this month, all right? Okay, let's talk about the shadow, because this list for the 7 is a little bit long and I want to keep it tight. You risk emotional detachment and mental rigidity, avoidance of effort. That's the 4. Emotional detachment and mental rigidity is the 7. Intuition and curiosity are overshadowed by a need to appear rational. What I say about that is there's a need to appear smart, but you're doing that for other people. You're not doing that for yourself, okay? You avoid responsibility and you take shortcuts, and that causes your feeling center to get scattered. That's the 4, underbelly. And then you fall into isolation, bitterness, confusion, incomplete relationships or accomplishments, right? Yeah. So the list for the 7 is pretty long. And yet, if you guys have the hope that 7 energy is, and leaning into it, that 7 energy is working in your life, then you have the opportunity to bring in magic, synchronistic events that are flowing in the direction of your optimistic approach every single day. Lean into this coupling, all right? And it will impact how you're wrapping this year with feeling really, really good about the foundational stability points that you did build. You have also, I just have to add, there's so many things I could say about the 7. Philosophy, having incredible conversations with people who just at the right time are bringing you information, or you're having a conversation with people who are philosophical. Let's say you were sitting across the table from me and this just randomly happened that you were coming over to my house for dinner. We would have an impactful conversation that somehow would influence your life personally for the better. And it would be in how you do and how you move and how you think. And, there's an answer here, there's an answer over there, and you have a clearer vision for your future. This is what this month holds. I promise you. You're going to see repeated numbers all over the place. Always happens in a 7. And your dream cycling is also going to kick up. So I would take notes. Make sure you have a little notebook next to your bed. And I have gone way over time. I have written a mantra for you guys. I'm going to read it. And if you need some help just locking in, recommitting to this 7 frequency as you wrap this beautiful year, come back and listen to this. I will be your greatest cheerleader. This is my month to thoughtfully build my dreams.
Cheerleader by Omi on Amazon Music.
That's okay. Yes, that apparently had to happen. That kind of stuff is probably going to happen to you. That is my Siri device. This is my month to thoughtfully build my dreams from the ground up. Steady, curious, and always open to a little magic. I'll weave practical steps with soulful intuition, making space for genuine connection, honest expression, and a foundation that actually feels like home. Here's to blending my heart and structure, celebrating each small win, and trusting that my path will get clearer with every inspired step. And the funny thing is that this song is called My Greatest Cheerleader. So I should find it and post it. You guys, all the loves. Enjoy this amazing month, our holy month that we celebrate each other around the world as spiritual beings having a human experience in various ways, shapes, and forms. Remember to be kind. Remember to love fiercely and forgive just as fiercely. And be kind to yourself. All right, guys? And don't forget to sign up for, the class if you're interested. I haven't taught for a while and it's time. All the loves, guys.